new week. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning. I want to make something very clear, ladies. Okay, we are going to start getting paid for our time on these apps. A lot of y'all spend way too much time on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and you're not making a dime. You're not building your business, you're not selling your products, you are just wasting time. Starting today and moving forward, we will be getting paid to do what we do. Every time you go live, every time you post pictures, stories, whatever, I need you to be making money. If you are not doing that, we have got to fix it. We got to fix it. Good morning. Something else I want you guys to understand is this. You should be generating income while you are asleep. We're building wealth, okay? We are getting out of the hustle, grind, never sleep culture. No, we're not doing that anymore. In order to build wealth, we have to be making money while we are also asleep. If you are not doing that yet, we got to fix it today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not 2027. We have to fix it today, okay? Time is of the essence. We're building wealth. I also want you guys to understand this. Good morning. You only need one digital product in your store. See, a lot of you guys get hung up because you think you need 50 ebooks. You think you need 10 courses. No, you only need one. And that one product that you choose to create and sell will literally change your entire life. How do I know that? Because my digital product business changed my life. Ladies, when I first started, I started 6 years ago, full-time entrepreneur. And when I first started, you guys, I lost 100 pounds. Okay, I was a very big girl. And on my weight loss journey, I learned how to exercise, I learned how to eat right, and I also changed my mindset. So what I did was I took all of that information that I learned and I put it in an ebook, good morning. And then I started selling it to other people who also wanted to lose weight. And I sold that ebook on YouTube, okay? So anything you want to do, anything, you can do it. But the problem with you is you live in fear. You live in fear. Good morning. On my life, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you're doing. You're running away from your brilliant ideas. You're running away from your $1 million ideas because you won't let go of fear. You are so afraid of putting yourself out there and people laughing at you. You're so fearful of trying something new and it failing. You're so fearful of all of these things, okay? Failing to realize that this fear that you refuse to let go of is stealing your dream life from you. It's stealing it, and you let it year after year. You've already created the vision board. You already know what you want to do. You know what kind of car you want. You know what kind of house you want to live in. You know what neighborhood you want to be in. You know all of these things. But every day that you choose to live in fear is another day that you choose to not live your dream life. We have got to let go of the fear and finally build the business that we know we deserve, okay? Good morning, good morning. What I want to know is this: who on this live is fed up with their own BS? If that is you, go ahead and put me in the chat. And what I mean by fed up of your own BS is you're tired of always starting and stopping. You're tired of quitting before you even get started. You're tired of telling yourself what you can't do and what's not gonna work. You're tired of not holding yourself accountable. You're tired of not prioritizing your happiness. If that is you, good morning, go ahead and put me in the chat. I also wanna know who on this live is fed up of living paycheck to paycheck. You did that last year, okay? You've been there, you've done it, and you are ready for something better. If that is you, go ahead and put me in the chat. And I also want to know, good morning, who on this live has no idea what a digital product is? If you don't have a clue, go ahead and put me in the chat. And for those of you guys who have never seen my face before, good morning, happy Monday. It is your favorite day of the week, the day that you say you're gonna start something. So how about today we do it? My name is Coach Jazz, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build your online business from scratch. But not only am I going to teach you how to build your online business from scratch, I am also going to teach you how to build yourself okay? How to build your confidence, how to build your follow through, your discipline, your accountability, your consistency, so that you stop getting in your own way. Ladies, you hold yourself back. A lot of people in this world want to point the finger, but guess what? Every time you point the finger at someone, 4 point back at you. You are procrastinating. You are making excuses. You are living in fear. You are giving up on yourself. The things you have going on in this pretty head of yours is what's keeping you from reaching the goals that you have for your life. So we got to fix it, because this mindset is chaotic. All right. I'm going to be saying a lot of things on this live, teaching you guys a lot of things. Make sure you guys take notes. If I know anything about you, you are human, which means you're going to forget. You always do, because life, and stresses. So make sure you're writing stuff down so that you can still do the things that we talk about. Because the key word of this live, good morning, is execution. The key word of this live is execution, okay? You're gonna hear me say this word about 50 million times this morning because I need it to stick. Psychology has proven that the more times you hear something, the more likely you are to remember. Hold on, let me turn the mirror on, okay? We can't just talk about it. We can't just watch about it. We can't just hope for it. We have to do it. We gotta put in the work. Just like you execute your job to get a paycheck in 2 weeks, I need you to execute your goals to get the results that you want. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right? If I say anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrate with your soul, go ahead and start double tapping the screen. TikTok family, I see you guys watching. Listen, the more we interact with this live, thank you, Sandy, the more TikTok will push this live to more people. And believe it or not, there are a lot of women who are fed up of their own BS. They was ready to put in their 2-week notice 6 years ago. Okay? It's in the drafts and it's ready to hit send. But they need to find this live. So go ahead and like, comment, and share all of the things, all right? If you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat, because if you're ready to learn, I am ready to teach. Let's do an affirmation while I wait for some readies. Progress is to make small steps towards big goals. Progress is to make small steps towards big goals. Ladies, you don't have to have 10 hours a day to work on your goals. You don't have to have 5 hours a day to work on your goals. You can start with 10 minutes. I know you have 10 minutes because a lot of you guys watch my lives over and over and over again. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you support the channel, but let's just go ahead and be real. You could use that time to be working on your goals, okay? That's what I want you to do. Every single day we need to be doing something towards the goal that we have. Whether you're spending an hour on it or 10 minutes, I don't give a damn. I need you to do something, because every single day that we do something for ourselves, something towards a goal that we have for ourselves, we start showing ourselves that we are worthy of it. The problem is a lot of people don't even believe they're worthy of the thing that they're trying to accomplish, which is why they sabotage and don't get it done. I can't make this up. What did I say? The things you have going on in this pretty head of yours is holding you back. We got to fix it. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Good morning. What is a digital product and how will we build our business? Oh, real quick. So I do like candles, and so this morning I'm going to be lighting spiced pumpkin, okay, just so you guys know. I'm all about smelling scents and listening to nice music, chilling, hanging out with you guys, all of the things, okay? I'm setting the vibe, all right? So what is a digital product and how will we build our business? Let's talk about it. All right, so a digital product is something you do not have physical possession of. So think of a movie on Netflix, think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You don't physically have it in your possession. It's all out in the cloud. Yes, I'm on YouTube too, okay? You are going to create something to sell, and it could be anything. Please don't overthink. Some of y'all do that all day. Stop. There is something that you already know how to do. You don't have to take a class and try to figure it out. There's something you already know how to do. And whatever it is, that's what I want you to sell, okay? When I first started, I lost 100 pounds. I was a very big girl, okay? And so I sold my knowledge on how to eat right and how to exercise and how to fix my mindset. I put it in an ebook and I sold it on YouTube, okay? You're going to do the same thing. And no, it doesn't have to be an ebook. You could do an e-course. You could do private communities, workbooks, journals, affirmation guides, whatever. I don't care what it is. Just sell it. Okay? Now, I'm gonna give y'all 2 apps, and these apps will change your entire life if you use them. So you gotta execute, okay? If you're ready for app number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning, happy Monday, welcome, welcome. For those of y'all who are here, my name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business. Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat and let me know that you're here, you're present, you're ready to change your life. We are building our dream life, but more importantly, we're building our dream version of ourselves. The version of you that shows up consistently, who loves herself, who knows how to put herself first without feeling guilty, who has boundaries and standards for her life, who talks to herself with respect. Yeah, that version. The version who doesn't people please, the version who doesn't care what others think, that version. That's what we're doing this morning, okay? I am not alone, and it's okay to ask for help. I am not alone, and it's okay to ask for help. Thank you, Debbie. App number 1, we're taking notes because the keyword of this live is execution. Canva, go ahead and write it down. Good morning, Canva, C-A-N-V-A. This is app number 1. You will be using this app for everything. Now, some of y'all already have it downloaded, but you don't use it. We're gonna change that today, all right? Everything you need for your online business and your content, I promise you can get it off of Canva. So maybe you want to start posting TikTok Reels, YouTube Shorts. Canva has thousands of templates on there. Maybe you want to start your YouTube. I tell y'all every single morning, get your ass on YouTube and start your channel. Okay? The YouTube thumbnails, that's where all of the creators are getting them from, including myself. So the thumbnail is just that picture that you see before you click on the actual video. This is what draws people's attention this is what draws people's attention to your video in the first place. And they're pre-made templates. You just drag and drop. It's real simple. And maybe you do want to sell an ebook, but you want it to look all professional. Fine. Canva has thousands upon thousands of ebook templates on there for you. And they're all customizable. You can make everything the same color. You can put your logo on there, whatever, okay? So Canva, make sure you download that. Now, before we get into app number 2, I want to talk to the woman on this live who's living in fear. She's quiet. She's listening. She's taking notes. But she's saying things right now like, Jazz, girl, I would love an online business, but I'm not very tech savvy. I'm too old for this. What if it's too late for me? Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, listen to me very closely. You woke up this morning. We woke up this morning. That is a blessing. Every single day that you are blessed with another day means you have another opportunity to work towards your goals. So use it. Number 2, you are very tech savvy. You never give yourself enough credit because you are on social media all day, sharing and commenting, liking, archiving, all of the things, all of the things. That takes tech savviness. So you will use the same tech savviness that you already have and build your online business. And number 3, for my ladies who think they're too old, what did we say? We are gonna sell our knowledge. So for those of you guys who are older, that means you have a lot of knowledge, which means you have a lot of things you can sell. So I need you to get to selling. Okay? I can't make this up, okay? All right, I don't want to hear it. App number 2, if you're ready for app number 2, put a 2 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business from scratch, but most importantly, we are building ourselves. Ladies, let me tell you this. If you even had the idea to do something. That's because you can. If you even thought the thought, that is because you can. I believe all ideas come from God. Those are seeds that he plants into your head. Why would he plant seeds in an environment that couldn't harvest them? So if you even thought about being a content creator, that's because you can do it. If you even thought about selling an ebook, that's because you can do it. If you did not have the capabilities to do it, it wouldn't have even crossed your mind. So stop telling yourself what you can't do. You never give yourself credit. Look at what you already do. And here you are doubting your brilliance, second guessing your brilliance. Ma'am, we got to build this confidence, because that is the biggest problem of all this. You don't even think you're worthy of success, happiness, and wealth. Hello. App number 2, good morning, ChatGPT, write it down. And make sure you guys like, comment, and share this live. The more we interact, the more TikTok and YouTube will push this live to more people, okay? App number 2 is ChatGPT, write it down. Now this is AI. This is AI. Now, everything that we're talking about today and everything that you need, you can use the free version. You are 1000% good on free. I pay for the premium version, which is $20 a month. It's definitely worth it. It is definitely worth it. But for now, you will start with what you have. So if you got limited funds, you're gonna start on free, because everything we're talking about, you can use on free, okay? Now you will be using AI for everything. So maybe you do wanna create content, but you're just not sure what kind of videos to make. That's okay, ask Chat, he'll tell you. Maybe you do wanna start your YouTube channel, but you're camera shy and you don't really know what to say in the videos. That's fine, because ChatGPT will script the entire video for you. Good morning. Maybe you do want to sell an ebook, and that's what I'm going to teach you guys how to make this morning, but you don't know what to put in it? Fine, you don't have to, because ChatGPT will write the entire ebook for you, from beginning to end in under 30 seconds. Ladies, this is why I keep telling you, it has never been easier than today to start your online business, but you keep getting in your own way, so we gotta fix it. I gave you Canva and I gave you Chat, now we're gonna put it together and write it. So if you are ready for prompt number 1, go ahead and put ready in the chat. Remember, the keyword of this live is execution. How can we execute if we don't even know what we're doing? Because I know you're gonna forget. You always do. That ain't new. So just write it down so that when you do forget, you can still execute because you took your notes. Let me see some readies in the chat. Let's go, let's go. I see lots of ladies on my TikTok lives. You're quiet. I'm assuming you're taking notes, but we got to get the algorithming. And when I get some more readies, we will proceed. I have the power to create the life I want. I have the power to create the life I want. In order to create the life you want, you're gonna have to execute the life you want. You want a house? Fine. The house does not just fall into your lap one day. No, it does not. No, it does not. You have to go look at the houses. You have to find yourself a realtor. You have to make sure you have, a 580 credit score, 620. You got to make sure you have at least 3% down. You got to execute for the house that you want. True or false? Yes. So your business, your content, your sales is no different. TikTok, I'm waiting for somebody on this live to put ready in the chat. We have to share this information. If you're here and you're present, just put ready in the chat, double tap the screen. Let's go, okay? We gotta execute. Thank you, Debbie. I have the strength to overcome any setbacks. Good morning, good morning. I have the strength to overcome any setback. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. This is why I keep saying you never give yourself credit where credit is due. We gotta stop that. We gotta stop that. TikTok number 2. Come on, TikTok number 2. We're waiting on you. YouTube has put ready. TikTok number 1 has put ready. We're waiting on you. I see 30 ladies on this line. You mean not one person can type the word ready? I am not alone in my sadness. Thank you. I am not alone in my sadness. Ladies, a lot of times the reason why we feel down is because we don't do enough things throughout the day that make us happy. When was the last time you did something for yourself? Thank you, Mystic. When was the last time you did something for yourself? Some of y'all don't even know. That's the problem. Life is meant to be lived. I want you to commit to doing one thing that's just for you. Whether it's 10 minutes or 2 hours, I don't care. You gotta start putting yourself first. No choice, okay? Prompt number 1, you're gonna open up chat. In the search, you're gonna type this in. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you've got that, put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths don't get fed. The key word is execution. And do not wait 10 minutes later and ask me to repeat. No, because you could have had it repeated now, okay? So if you got it, put got that in the chat. Good morning, good morning. You bought some nails, let's go, very good. There's nothing wrong with putting yourself first. It's mandatory. Because when you continuously show up for everybody else, but you never show up for yourself, you're subconsciously showing yourself that you're not worthy to be shown up for. Actions speak louder than words. You can say you love yourself as much as you want, but what do your actions say? So when you're wondering why you feel the way you feel, ask yourself, how many times a day, how many times a week, how many times a month do you do something for you? If the answer is 0, we got a serious problem. Okay? Very good. Y'all got that. Very good. Okay, now before we move forward, make sure you guys hit enter. Now before we move forward, I need you to write this word down. This says consistent. This says consistent. I need you to write this down. And then I need you to underline it. And then I need you to circle it. Because in 2026, we are going to lock into the true definition of what the word consistent means. Because a lot of y'all are very confused. Let me go ahead and unconfuse you. See, some of y'all think consistent means once in a while. Some of y'all think consistent means when I have time. If I'm not too tired. No. No. Consistent means more often than not. So, if there are 7 days in a week, I need you to be posting your content, working on your business, whatever the goal is, at least 4 out of the 7 days a week. We have got to be consistent if we actually want to get it done. Don't you have to consistently go to work more often than not in order to get that paycheck in 2 weeks? Yes. Yes, you do. I need you to be consistently working towards the business. If you want results, if you want to live a better lifestyle, if you want your dream house or whatever it is you have for yourself, you have to be consistent. I'm not going to tell you no tales. We got to be consistent. Now, let's make consistency easy because life is hard enough, okay? Life is hard enough. Life is life and stress is stressing and then bills is coming in left and right, okay? So let's make consistency easy. Listen to me. It is so much easier to be consistent when you do things that you actually like to do. I want you to go through that list that ChatGPT gave you, and I want you to only choose ideas that you actually have a passion for. I want you to ask yourself, what is something I would love to talk about all day, every day if I could? I want you to love that topic, that idea so much that you will drive your husband crazy because you won't shut up about it. That's how you know you have the right idea for you. And if chat gave you 10 things and you don't like none of the ideas it gave you, fine, ask for 10 more and keep asking until you get something you want to use. Ladies, I cannot make this up. When things do not feel like work, now you have something in your day to look forward to. Now you are excited because you get to do something that you love and you get paid to do it. And don't act like you don't already know you can monetize anything. How many times do you scroll on your For You page and see the darndest things? I don't care how far-fetched you think the idea is. If that's what you love, then that's what you will monetize. When you wake up every day doing what you love, you have this energy on you. It radiates through you because you're genuinely happy with your life. That's how we live in our purpose. I have that, and I want that for you too. I get to wake up every day doing what I love. So please do yourself a favor and only pick things that you truly have a passion for so you can easily be consistent. Okay? Okay. Now, before we move into prompt number 2, I need you to write this down. This is critical. If you don't remember anything that I say on this live, I need you to remember this. Write this down. Money flows where energy goes. Write that down. Money flows where energy goes. If you are anything like who I used to be, you are giving your energy to any and everybody. And most of the people that you are giving your energy to aren't even deserving of it because they never reciprocate it back. You are giving all of your energy to your husband, your boyfriend, your partner, your sneaky link. You're giving all of your energy to your kids. You are giving all of your energy to your family. You're giving all of your energy to your friends. You're giving all of your energy to your job and your coworkers. You're giving all your energy to celebrity drama. And by the time you sit down to work on something for yourself, you can't. Because you don't have any energy left. Because you gave it all away. You are literally an energy vending machine. You're just handing it out for free. And that is why you feel drained and frustrated and upset. Because you keep giving all of your energy away. See, if you were giving your energy to people who knew how to reciprocate it, you wouldn't feel frustrated because it's give and take. You give, they take, they give, you take. It's reciprocity. But when you're the one always giving, and you are never receiving, that's a problem. That is a serious problem. It does not make you a bad wife because you want to work on a business. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to do something for yourself for once. It does not make you a bad friend because you don't want to sit there and listen to her problems. It makes you human. In 2026, it is mandatory that we start keeping that energy for ourselves, okay? Now, I'm not sitting here telling you you shouldn't put your kids first, but what I am telling you is you matter too. Your happiness is important too. I need you to start telling people no. And no is a complete sentence. It does not need to be explained. No, I cannot loan you any money. That is money that I could be using for my business. No, I cannot give you a ride. That is time I could be spending on my business. No, I cannot sit here and listen to your problems. Hell, I got my own to fix. The answer is no. I need you to start telling people no. And don't you dare feel bad about it. When you start keeping some of your energy to yourself, now stuff actually gets done. Thank you, Mystic. Money flows where energy goes. Don't you ever forget that. Okay? All right, very good. Now, if you're ready for problem number 2, put a 2 in the chat. Good morning. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, my name is Coach Jazz, and we are building our online business. I am confident in the decisions I make. I am confident in the decisions I make. Well, Jazz, I don't have confidence. How do I build confidence? You're going to build confidence by keeping the promises that you make to yourself. Confidence is who you think you are. But the problem is you don't think very highly of yourself at all, because every single time it's time for you to show up for yourself, you bail out. So you are subconsciously telling yourself you're not worthy of it. And that's why you feel the way you feel. So if you tell yourself you're going to start a business, well, then I need you to start the business. If you tell yourself that you're going to post content, then I need you to post the content. If you told yourself you were going to lose weight, then lose the weight. Stop negotiating with the plan. You already promised yourself something. Now live up to it. Be a woman of your word. You do that for everybody else. You show up for everybody else. So why do we struggle with showing up for ourselves? Because you don't think you're worthy of it. We gotta fix that, and fast. Okay? Now, once you choose the digital product idea you want to use, you will type this into ChatGPT. We're on prompt number 2, right? We did prompt number, yes. Okay. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Good morning. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. If you've got that, got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Ladies, closed mouths don't get fed. How can we execute if we don't even know what we're doing because you forget? You always do. So write it down. Just write it down. Very good. Let me see some more got that's in the chat. I see you. Let me know you're here and you're present. The more we interact with this live, the more this live is going to get pushed to more people. TikTok, YouTube, everybody. Okay? While I wait for some got that's, let's do another affirmation. I am strong, motivated, and ready to tackle any challenge. I am strong, motivated, and ready to tackle any challenge. It amazes me, especially as women, we never give ourselves credit for nothing that we have overcome. Nobody's life is perfect. Life's for everybody. And we had some dark moments in the past, but we got through it, and we're still here today. And it amazes me how so many women can reflect back on all of the things that they got through, and in those moments they didn't think they could get through it, but they did, and then doubt their ability to record a 20-second video and post it. It's amazing. I'm like, wow, you got through all of that, but you're doubting your ability to record a 20-second video? You know that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. You never give yourself credit where credit is due. You're amazing. So can you act like it? Can you start acting like you know that, please? Can we start reminding ourselves of how amazing we are? Can we start telling ourselves we're proud of ourselves? Can we start doing the small things? Please. Because this I can't nonsense, it's getting out of hand. Okay? Yes, you can. If you can get through whatever you got through, I know for a fact you can get through this. Seriously. We got to fix our confidence. Okay? All right, y'all got that, very good. Now, you're gonna copy and paste. So ChatGPT literally wrote the ebook for you in under 30 seconds. Now all you have to do is copy and paste. So you will copy what Chat gave you and paste it into Canva. So open up the Canva app, in the search bar, type in ebooks, hit enter. It's going to give you thousands of templates. Pick your most favorite one. They are all customizable, okay? You will copy and you will paste. Now for my ladies on this live who overthink, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, write this down. This says KISS, K-I-S-S. This is an acronym and it stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. Stop overthinking. It's not getting you anywhere, okay? I just need you to make sure that the ebook is clean, simple, and legible. That is it. That's all you gotta do, okay? Once you are done copying and pasting and you love the way it looks, you will download it as a PDF file. You will download it as a PDF file, okay? And then you will upload it to your hosting site. Y'all better be taking these notes. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. These are some of the most popular hosting sites. Yes, there are plenty more. These are some of the most popular ones, and you only need one of these. You do not have to upload your ebook or whatever you're selling on multiple platforms, just one. If you've got all of that, please put "got that" in the chat. The keyword of this live is execution. We cannot execute if we don't even know what we're doing. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. Let me know you are here and you are present. I don't need to have it all figured out. I do not need to have it all figured out. You sure don't. I just need you to start. Can we do that? You've been planning the launch for 5 years. I just need you to launch, okay? I just need you to launch. You've been talking about the videos for 6 weeks. I just need you to record it. Okay, I just need you to hit record. Okay, we gotta just start. It ain't never gonna be figured out, so just get started, okay? Very good. Now you guys got all this great. So now, let me tell you this. The beauty of having a coach and having a mentor, thank you Side Hustle, is that they teach you things to do and not to do, all from their own personal experiences, okay? I've been a full-time entrepreneur, 6-figure earner for 6 years. I started during COVID. But I would be lying to you if I did not tell you I also made a lot of mistakes. Girl, yes, got mistakes for days, okay? One of the biggest lessons that I learned in entrepreneurship, and this is also life too, ladies, we have got to get a handle on our finances. I am going to talk about the elephant in the room, because the version of you who is confident, who loves herself, who shows up for herself, who's running her business, living life on her terms, doesn't care what other people think, she also knows how to manage her damn money. She has calculated what comes in and she calculates what goes out. She puts herself on a budget and she sticks to it. Because let me tell you something I learned about life. Your problems do not fix themselves. And they will get worse if you don't fix it now. I never used to understand how people could make so much money and be so broke until I lived it. See, before I had my business, I was living paycheck to paycheck. And I thought the reason I was living paycheck to paycheck was just because I didn't make enough money. And I assumed that if I just made more, I wouldn't live paycheck to paycheck. No. Even after I quit my 9 to 5 and started making 6 figures, I was still finding myself month after month living paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because I didn't have financial literacy. I never put myself on a budget and stuck to it. My problem just got worse because now I just had more money to spend. I was living above my means. And the problem continued to get worse until I fixed it. I had to fix it. I had to put myself on a budget and stick to it. And the reason why I am telling you this is because you are stepping into entrepreneurship. And these hosting sites, like everything else in life, has fees. Don't sit here and act like you don't know stuff costs money. And don't be acting like you don't have no money, because that's a lie. Because you are at Chipotle every day. You are spending $25 on Chipotle bowls for extra chicken and queso. You are at Chick-fil-A every day. McDonald's. You are on TikTok Shop, Temu, and Shein. And you are ordering off of Amazon every other day. So I don't even want to hear it. You got money. These hosting sites have fees, okay? Now, I use Stand Store. I love Stand Store, but Stand Store is very expensive. Stand Store is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that yet. If you are brand new to all of this, I don't want you on Stand Store. Instead, I want you to get on Gumroad, Gumroad, because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale, okay? They charge you 10% for every sale. So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That is a great place to start. Now, what I know about you is you will make money. How do I know that? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and you promised me you were gonna execute. So when you do start generating income, then transfer everything over to Stand Store later, because Stand Store has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna. Ladies, let me tell you about what's going on in the world of finance. People today love buy now, pay later. It is taking over. Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, QuadPay, Affirm, PayPal for free, interest pay, I don't know. There's so many, and there's more. Some of y'all know there are more, okay? People are using buy now, pay later more than they are using credit cards. And no, it is not just poor people. Get that out your head, because there are six-figure earners using it too. If you have a buy now, pay later option on your site, I promise you, you will make more. Yes, you will. But for now, you will start with what you have. You will start on Gumroad. You will start building your business, making your money, and then you will transfer everything over to Stand Store later. Okay? Yes, all inside Glow Up Academy. Okay? So what we just did was we took Canva, we took ChatGPT, we put it together, and we wrote the ebook. That's what we did. Now we got to talk about sales. I'll be honest. Sales is 80% of the business. That is more than half. So we got to get this right. We don't have a choice, or there's not going to be a business. But before we get into sales, I need to make something crystal clear to you. I forgot I had this on. I don't want to count extra steps. I ain't moving. I want to make something crystal clear to you. That process of copying and pasting and making that ebook should not take you longer than 2 hours. 2 hours. And if I'm being honest, it really should not take you longer than 1. But I'm going to give you grace, and I'm going to give you 2. And on this live, I don't care how old you are. Age ain't nothing but a number on this live, okay? So I don't want to hear it. Because what you're not going to do is try to convince me that it takes longer than 2 hours and copy and paste some words. You copy and paste links to reels all day long, sharing them back and forth in the group chats. So you know how to copy and paste. Don't lie. But if it is taking you longer than 2 hours, we have a serious problem. One problem that you might be experiencing, and look, I used to be guilty of this too. This is how I know. You want to be perfect, right? Everything about you is just so perfect. You're a perfectionist, right? You are the woman who's going to waste 6 months of her life that she'll never get back to overthink her brilliant idea. Then when you do finally decide to get started, you're going to take things out, put things back, overanalyze, get frustrated and irritated, and give up all over again. Then you're going to let 3 more months go by that you will never get back just to overthink some more. Then when you decide to get started this time, you are going to go ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the crazy thing is, these people that you're asking, they don't even run businesses. And these aren't even people that you would trade lives with. But for some reason, their opinion means so much to you. And then when they give you their opinion, you listen and you care. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by. And he ain't did shit but waste more of your precious time that you will never get back. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Okay. Ma'am, I am going to hold your hand very tightly when I say this to you, okay? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but sometimes that's just what I do best. You are not perfect at all. I am not perfect at all. We are all perfectly imperfect. Agatha said, that's certainly me. Listen, you are not perfect. What you really are is scary. You are still living in fear. And what do we say on this live? Fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's exactly what you're doing right now. You are running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea, because you're so fearful of putting yourself out there and failing. You're so fearful of trying something new and people laughing at you. You're so fearful of people talking about you. And so year after year, you let all of this fear just steal your dream life from you. You've already created the vision board. You know what kind of car you want. You know how you want your finances to be. You know what kind of trips you want to take. You know what kind of freedom you want. But every day that you choose to live in fear is another day that you don't get to live that life. And if you want to dig even deeper into why we hold on to the fear, the core of it is because you are self-sabotaging. This is self-sabotage. All of this fear that we have, all these excuses that we have, all this procrastination that we do, all of these distractions that we do are all forms of self-sabotage. You're doing this to yourself. This is why I keep saying you are getting in your own way. It's not your family. It's not your job. It is you. You are doing this to yourself. And the reason why we self-sabotage is because we have fragile little egos. And your ego cannot handle feeling disappointed in yourself if you do not get the results that you want. If you put yourself out there and you try something new and then it fails, that feeling of disappointment scares the hell out you. And so you try to protect yourself from feeling that way by living in fear, making excuses and talking about what you can't do before you haven't even tried. This is all self-sabotage because you don't want to feel disappointed in yourself. But I'm confused because you already said that you hate your job. You already said you were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You said you were tired of not having confidence in yourself. You said you were tired of always giving up on yourself. You said you were tired of your own BS. That's what you said. But every day that you live the way you're currently living, you are still living in disappointment. Because there's still things about your life that you are not 1000% happy with. I am trying to help you fix it. I want you to fix it. I want to help you fix it. But we cannot fix it if you don't change. How can we bring more money into the household so you can stop living paycheck to paycheck if there's no business making sales? How can customers buy your stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. It's not gonna work. So, you have to launch. You don't have a choice. I'm trying to help you fix your confidence or lack thereof. Some of y'all ain't got it. It's -50. We can't fix it if you don't change. You have to change. How can you believe in yourself when you keep giving up on yourself? You can't. It's not gonna work. So when you tell yourself you're gonna do something, you have to do it. You already told yourself you wanted a business, so do it. Launch the product. Keep the word that you made to yourself. You gotta launch. And I need you to understand that the more you do stuff, the better it will get. But it'll never be perfect. It will never be perfect. Ladies, the more content you create, the better the content will get. The more products you put out in the future, the better the products will get. The longer you run your business, the better of an entrepreneur you will become. But you have to launch as is. You will start with what you have, and you will accept the fact that it will never be perfect, so you will stop trying. And you will commit to just doing it more and more and more. All of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money with today have gotten better along the way. Look at Netflix. Believe it or not, Netflix did not always have a fancy Netflix app. No, absolutely not. They were not doing comedy special with Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart either. They did not have their own original movies and series winning Emmys and Oscars. And they damn sure weren't doing pay-per-view WWE. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go on their website, netflix.com. You had to make a list of all of the movies that you wanted to see, and these were not their originals. They didn't have a production back then, okay? These were movies that were once in theaters. You could watch the movie as many times as you wanted because they mailed it to you. They mailed you a DVD. You watched it as much as you wanted. And then when you were ready for the next movie, you had to mail that one back. They didn't wait for the latest technology. They didn't wait to have all the money. They launched with what they had. They launched with what they could afford. And as they continued to run their business and make more sales, they continued to upgrade, get better technology. And now they're doing what you know them to be doing today. So I don't know why you think that you get to skip Netflix and you get to skip that messy middle. I don't know why you think that, but we're gonna reel that ego back on in some. Bring it in. Bring it on in quickly, because Netflix is $1 billion company. So if they had to do the messy middle, why don't you? Make it make sense. Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words is because you are distracted AF. Listen, I already know and I have accepted that I am not the coach for everybody. And I'm okay with that because believe it or not, most people do not want the truth. Most people just want to vent and complain about their problems to anyone who's willing to listen, and they don't want clear solutions. I'm not with all that. I am a solution-based person. You come to me with a problem, I guarantee you we're gonna have a solution in 30 minutes. Try me. I'm gonna tell you the truth about yourself. See, when you get off work, you could work on the business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you could finally have some confidence, but you'd rather not. You'd rather sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrities and their drama. When you do have time off from work, like the weekends, you could work on the business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself because you know you're worthy of it, but you'd rather not. You'd rather sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix and Hulu for hours. Late at night, when your children are asleep. You could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally start to feel good about yourself, but you'd rather not. You would rather scroll social media for hours, laughing and kikiing and sending the reels back and forth in the group chats. And the reason why we have all of these distractions is because we are trying to escape. This is escapism. And the reason why you're trying to escape is because there's things about your life that you are not 1000% happy with. And instead of you just locking in and creating the life that you never want to escape, you run from it. But this is what we're going to do today. Because obviously what you've been doing isn't working because you're here on this live. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Well, it's Monday, your favorite day of the week. Let's do something different today. Instead of trying to escape a life that you are not 1000% happy with, how about we just lock in and build a life that you never feel the need to escape from? So this is what we're going to do today. You are going to turn the TV off. Put the phone on Do Not Disturb. Tell your friends you will talk to them later. You're building your dream life. You're going to sit down at home. No, you don't need to go to Starbucks because you get distracted there. You're going to start your ebook and you're going to finish it. Not start, stop, come back next week because we already know how you do. You never come back. You're going to start it and you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear on all of those instructions, go ahead and put clear in the chat because respectfully, there is no point in talking about sales if we don't have anything to sell. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business. If I'm saying anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen, like, comment, and share the live. Not only are we building our online business, most importantly, we're building ourselves, okay? We're building our confidence, our follow through, our discipline, and our accountability, our self-love, our self-worth. Okay? Let's do an affirmation real quick. This moment is shaping me into a strong version of myself. This moment is shaping me into a strong version of myself. There's a reason why I showed up on your For You page this morning. It's not coincidence, it's divine timing, because you already know you're tired of your own BS. You know this. That's why you're here. We can't just talk about the problems and write about the problems and watch about the problems. We got to fix the problems. So we got to execute. Good morning. We have to execute. All right? Fair enough. Now, we said that sales is 80%, good morning, of the business. That is more than half, okay? So we got to get this right. But I'm not going to lie. Sales is where most people fail. They fail right here at this part. And before you run away and freak out, oh my God, it's because sales is so hard. No, it's not. Trust me, it's really not. Sales is easy. But people's mindset and the things that they think about sales is what makes sales so hard for them. So, in order to sell something, we have to fix our mindset around sales. See, a lot of people believe that if they're selling their products, they're begging people for money. People say, well, I don't want to talk about my products too much because then people will think I'm being annoying. Or what if they unfollow me? Okay. Let's clear all this up. Number one, selling is not begging. Okay? Selling is solving. People have a problem and you have a solution. You are not begging anyone for anything. So get that out your head. That's not true. Number two, you don't have a choice but to talk about your products and services and how you can help people consistently, because people will forget. Ladies, believe it or not, people are living their own lives. They got their own set of problems. They are not thinking about you, okay? You have to remind people consistently that you exist for them to even begin to remember who you are. People are gonna forget. Why do you think I keep telling you guys to take notes on this live? Because I already know you're gonna forget. Some of y'all don't even remember my name. I'm Coach Jazz. You've been watching for 30 minutes, still don't know my name. People are gonna forget. Why do you think that I keep saying that the key word of this live is execution? I keep repeating myself. Why? So that it sticks. What did I say? Psychology has already proven the more people hear it, the more they remember it, okay? I need you to remember to execute. That's why I keep telling you. You have to remind people consistently. You have to post consistently because they will forget, okay? Look at Amazon. Look at Amazon. We all know who they are. We got the memo. And most of us are Prime members, meaning we pay a monthly subscription to get 2-day, 1-day, and same-day shipping. And even though everybody knows who Amazon is, and most of us spend money with them every single month, they still remind you consistently that they exist. How? Those Amazon trucks you see on the road. You can't even go 2 miles down the street without seeing one of their trucks. They didn't have to paint the truck blue and put their logo on it. They could have left it white, but they chose not to. Why? So that every time you see one of their trucks, which is multiple times a day, your brain thinks Amazon. You can't even go down a neighborhood or a mail room or go into an office or the post office without seeing one of their packages. They didn't have to put their logo on them cardboard boxes. They didn't have to put their logo on the packing tape, but they did it. Why? So that every time you see one of those packages, your brain thinks Amazon. Do you think they're worried about you thinking that they're begging you for money and unsubscribing from Prime? Girl, please. They know you're not going nowhere because they know they have a solution to your problem. You're lazy and you want convenience. We all do. And they got you covered. So they will continue to drive their Amazon trucks all around the city so you can see them and remember them. They will continue to put packages with their stuff on them. And you will continue to pay them monthly to get access to 2-day, 1-day, and same-day shipping. Amazon is $1 billion company. So I don't know why you think, your ego thinks that you can avoid reminding people because people should remember you. But if Amazon got to remind people and everyone already knows who they are, I don't know why you think you don't have to do that, but we're going to reel that on in. We're going to bring that ego on in some. You're going to have to do it too. For those of you guys who have seen my face before, maybe I'm not a new face to you. I've been doing this full time for 6 years. You might have found me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Threads. I'm all over the internet. How is it that I'm able to consistently show up and talk about Glow Up Academy without worrying about people thinking I'm annoying or begging them for money or unfollowing me? How am I able to do that? Because I know I have a solution to people's problems. People want to build their online businesses. I teach them that all inside Glow Up Academy. People want to learn how to become more confident and disciplined and actually follow through with the things that they tell themselves they're going to do. I teach them that all inside Glow Up Academy. Women are tired of getting in their own way and they want to be held accountable so the stuff actually gets done. I teach them that all inside of Glow Up Academy. I'm not worried about people unfollowing me. If they unfollow me, who cares? They weren't ready to glow up, and that's fine. They'll come back when they are. They always do. And because I have that energy with my products and services, I sell, and I sell a lot. Because Amazon has that energy with their products and services, they sell, and they sell a lot. And if you want to sell a lot too, you are going to have the same energy and attitude. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? All right. If you're ready for sales tip number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. Hello, hello. Make sure you guys are taking notes. Let's do an affirmation real quick. I am a powerful creator of my own reality. I am a powerful creator of my own reality. Ladies, you could do anything you want to do. Whatever life you want, you can have it. But in order to do that, you're going to have to stop getting in your own way. You're going to have to stop telling yourself what you're not good at and what you can't do before you even tried. You're going to have to start being consistent. You're going to have to start putting yourself first. Or you can keep doing what you're doing. The choice is always yours. And I do want to address the elephant in the room, which is failing. A lot of you guys want a business. You want to live a better life. You want all of these things. You're here for it. You're ready. But you are terrified of failing. And that word failing has you in a chokehold. But what if I told you that you're confused as to what the word failing even means? See, some of y'all think failing means you launch your first ebook, and if you're not a millionaire in 7 days, then you failed. Some of y'all think that if you post your first YouTube video and you don't get 50,000 subscribers in a day, then you failed. Some of y'all are really out here believing that if you post your first TikTok video and you don't get 10,000 views in 5 minutes, then you failed. But that's not failing. Failing only exists when you quit. when you throw in the towel and you say, you know what, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore, that's when you have officially failed. But if every day you just commit to getting a little bit better, doing some things today that you didn't do yesterday, still showing up, still trying, that's not failing. Maybe yesterday you thought about making content. How about today you make a video and tomorrow you post it? Maybe yesterday you were full of excuses. How about today you don't make any and you just do what you told yourself you're gonna do? Maybe today you didn't have any time to work on your business. How about today you set aside 20 minutes? Every single day that we just do something towards the goal that we have for ourselves, we're not failing because you are still trying. You are still committed. You are still going with it. What I have noticed is a lot of people, and I used to be the same way, are entitled. People want to think only children are entitled. No. Adults are very entitled too. And a lot of times, you don't even realize how entitled you really are. A lot of times, we have taken a number out of thin air and we have convinced ourselves that this is what the results should look like at this time because I said so. You feel like you're failing because you didn't get the results in the time frame in which you felt entitled to getting them. But what I need you to understand is the results always do come. For my ladies who have lost weight, I've lost 100 pounds. You know this is true. If you consistently eat less food and you consistently move your body, won't you eventually get to your goal weight? Yeah. Yeah, you will. So my ladies who have built their credit, you know this to be true. If you consistently pay your credit card balance down and you consistently pay your bills on time, won't you eventually get to the credit score goal that you had for yourself? Yes. Yes, you will. So if you consistently show up for the business and you consistently post your content and tell people how you can help them, you will eventually get to the dollar amount that you want. It's inevitable. So for all of you guys who are so afraid to fail, just don't quit. Because if you don't quit, then you didn't fail. And now you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Okay? All right, I don't hear nothing about failing. We don't know. There's no failing unless you give up on it. Okay? You're not failing. You are right on time. All right, sales tip number 1. Content is king and distribution is queen. Content is king and distribution is queen. Okay, so let's break this down so it makes sense. Let's start with the first part. Content is king. Okay, content is just whatever you upload. So pictures, reels, YouTube videos, if you go live, if you're on Threads or Twitter and you post like status and stuff like that, all of that is content. Okay. The way we're going to get the word out about our products and services and how we can help people is through the content that we post, okay? So telling people who you are, what you do, all of the things. Content is king because we already said people will forget. They always do. So you have to consistently remind people about your products and services and how you can help them. That's why content is king. And we said consistent means more often than not. So if there's 7 days in a week, we need to be posting content at least 4 out of the 7 days. Now, before you freak out, some of you guys are not posting at all. I also want you guys to remember that we said we're going to also lock in on doing something every single day towards the goal, no matter how big or how small. We got to crawl before we walk, and we're going to walk before we run. So if you're not posting at all, maybe you're camera shy. So what I want you to lock into is sitting in front of the camera and talking to the camera multiple times a day. Not to post, just to be in front of the camera and getting used to talking to the camera. Once you've done that for a week or two and now you no longer feel camera shy, now we're gonna commit to posting one 20-second reel a week. Just one, just one. Once you get acclimated with that and you're comfortable with that, now we're gonna up it to 2 and 3 and so on and so forth, okay? But just remember, we crawl before we walk before we run, and content is king. Now, the distribution is queen part. Not only will we be posting content consistently, we also need to be building at least 3 platforms. We gotta build 3. Why? Because one is too close to none. Like that one income you have at that one job. If they laid you off tomorrow, what would you do? Exactly. You'd be sitting there freaking out, trying to figure out how you're gonna pay them bills. If you put all of your eggs in a TikTok basket and the US decides to ban it like they did this time last year, what would you do? Thank you behind. You would be sitting there freaking out like all of the other TikTokers who only had a TikTok account. Ladies, I teach my students we have to stay proactive so we're not reactive. In other words, we have to stay ready. Now, it's not hard to build 3 because the same exact video that you post on TikTok, you will post it on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, wherever you want to be. It takes an extra 5 minutes. I do it all day. I promise you, it is not hard. Now, which platform should you grow? That's 1000% up to you. You got a lot of options. I always suggest starting with the platform that you're always on. So if you're always on TikTok, start TikTok. Obviously, you like this app so much because you're always here, and then just choose 2 more. But I do want to let you know this in case you didn't know. YouTube is the most watched platform. It is not TikTok. No, it is YouTube. YouTube has even replaced cable TV. There are more people watching YouTube than anywhere else. So I am going to always urge and encourage you to start your YouTube channel. If everybody's on YouTube, I need you to get on YouTube too. And also, just let me ask you, when you're trying to figure out how to do something, where do you go? You go to YouTube. Okay, let's be real. We go to YouTube. So, please start your YouTube channel. Good morning. Now, before we get into sales tip number 2, I want to talk to the woman on here who's still living in fear. She's listening. She's taking her notes, but she a little quiet. She's like, Jazz, girl, I would love to have an online business. I would love to live life on my terms, have financial freedom, be confident in myself. I would love that. But honestly, I don't even know if I can do this. You're saying I gotta make an ebook from scratch. I'm not good with technology. You're telling me I have to post consistently. I work a full-time job. And you're telling me to build 3 platforms? Jazz, I barely know how to operate one. I don't know. This just sounds really hard. And I don't think I can do this. Okay. Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, I need you to listen. The first thing I want to tell you is I can't convince you of anything, okay? I don't have the power to. So if you want to believe that creating an ebook that AI writes for you is hard, then fine. Your feelings are valid. You're right. It's hard. If you want to believe that posting a 20-second TikTok video is hard, then you're right. It's hard. But I do want to remind you that the life you're currently living is hard. Knowing that you're meant for more and not living it is hard. Crying every day because you're not happy with the direction your life is going in right now is hard. Living paycheck to paycheck is hard. And you live like that every day. And see, that's what fear will do. Fear will convince you that you can't do any of this. And you let it. Year after year. Because you already know what you want your dream life to look like. You've already laid it out. You've already created the vision board. You've already decided what neighborhoods you want to live in, what places you want to travel to. You already know. But every year that you continue to let fear steal your life from you is another year that you don't get to live that. The life that you truly want. One thing I've noticed that a lot of us do, and I used to be guilty of this too, is we never give ourselves credit where credit is due. There have been times in your life, because life is not perfect for anybody and we all have problems. And there were times in your life that were hard. And you had no clue how you were going to see yourself out of it. Not a clue in the world. And here you are, however many years later, months later, weeks later, and you're still here, living life. How is it that you can get through the hard times that you got through and then sit here and doubt your ability to record a 20-second TikTok video and hit post? Really, ladies? Really? Look at what you've already done. Look at what you've already overcome. And you're sitting here doubting your ability to copy some words that AI wrote for you and paste it into a pre-made Canva template. Really, ladies? Really? Thank you, Alyssa. That's the problem. That right there. Lack of confidence. Confidence is -50. You don't believe in yourself at all. Some of y'all are damn near superwoman. And then you're letting fear convince you that you can't do this. And look, I don't have to convince you of this because you can see this for yourself. There are people on these apps who are in worse off situations than you. And they are still showing up, building their business. There are women on these apps with more kids than you. And despite everything they got to deal with daily, they still show up and post their content. There are people on these apps who are always in the hospital because they are always sick. Cancer patients, sickle cell anemia. And despite everything that they got to deal with every single day, they still find the strength to post their content and build their business. Now let's be honest. Some of y'all ain't got half them problems. Now some of y'all might. And I'll give you some grace. Some of y'all don't. You might have a complaint. Life ain't perfect. There's some things you want to change, but you know deep down inside, it could be worse. So if you see people in worse off situations than you, building their business, why can't you? Because you refuse to let go of the fear. Look, my online business changed my whole life. I can't make this up. I have made more money than I ever could have imagined from my cell phone, a laptop, and some Wi-Fi. I've been doing this for 6 years full time. I now have peace. I'm not stressing about bills anymore. I now have freedom. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. I have purpose now, so I get to wake up every single day doing what I love to do. I have confidence now. I really believe in myself. I really love myself. But before all of this, before COVID, my life was completely different. I used to be 100 pounds overweight. I used to be depressed. I used to have anxiety. I used to have a 9-to-5 living paycheck to paycheck. I used to be miserable. I used to be an alcoholic. See, I bought into the American dream bullshit that they sell all of us. But I bought in back in high school. They told me to go to college and get a 4-year degree. Graduate, get a good job with benefits and stability. I'll make more than enough money to buy a nice house. I'll be able to take a couple trips a year, and I'll be able to put extra into my 401k so that when I'm too old to retire, or excuse me, when I'm too old to work, I can retire with some dignity. And I believed them. So I went off to college. My mom told me to go. My friends were going. I went. Got me a 4-year bachelor's degree. Cost me $40,000. Graduated. 6 months later, got my dream job towards my degree. I was so excited when they offered me that position. I thought I was about to be rich. I was 23 years old. They were offering me $60,000 a year. That's more money than I had ever made. I don't have any kids, so I thought that was gonna be perfect. My American dream life is about to get started. So I decided to move out of my mom's house. I was sick of her rules. I was ready to be a grown woman and do grown woman things. So I went out and got my own apartment. But I didn't stop there, okay? Now, I told you guys I had really bad spending habits. We listen, we don't judge, okay? But I went and did what most Americans do. I went and got me a car payment. See, I already had a car and it was paid off, title in hand, okay? But it was old. No leather seats. No push to start. No tablet on the dash. I had to upgrade to match my new upgraded life, right? Yeah. So I decided to trade in my paid off car and I got me a brand new Dodge Charger, top of the line. Couldn't tell me shit in my Charger. I thought I was too cute. Cost me $450 a month. And with the expensive cars, we know comes expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all of my bills for the month, your girl was broke, okay? I could not afford to take any trips. I could not afford to put any money into my 401k. I couldn't even afford to get my nails done. I was broke, paycheck to paycheck. I had another problem. I had to start paying back them damn student loans. See, I was 23 back then. I thought it was all fun and games. I didn't think the government was serious about getting their money back. Everybody has student loans. Girl, the government is not playing with you. And they want their money back. See, they'll give you 6 months after you graduate to get on your feet. They're not gonna call, they're not gonna send any letters, they just want you to focus on getting a job. But best believe when that 6-month mark hits, they are sending letters to your house because they wanna see your tax returns, because they're gonna tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw on paper I made $60,000 a year, I don't have any dependents, they said I should be able to pay $400 a month. They didn't care how much my rent was. They didn't care about my car payment. They didn't give a damn. The payment was $400 a month, and it's not up for negotiation. I had 11 student loan accounts that they lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every single month that I did not pay those student loans, which was every month because I genuinely couldn't afford it, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, I cannot make this up, 121 missed payments. My credit was shot. 520. So there goes my dreams of my house. Who's gonna give me a mortgage loan with that? So I'm broke. I have really bad credit. I have one last problem. I hated my job. College didn't prepare me for corporate America. Nowhere in the American dream blueprint did they say you will be miserable at your job. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I grew up very sheltered, okay? I didn't know too much in my early 20s. I was very naive, and I took people at face value. I thought everybody was just so kind and nobody's out to hurt anybody or do anything crazy or backhanded. That's what I really thought back then. And in my interview, my supervisor told me that everybody at work was just one big old happy work family. They all just got along and they loved each other. So I went into the department thinking that. I learned that in corporate America, people will smile in your face. They'll kiki and caca with you in the break room, but they don't like you. They'll text you off the clock, so they're not even getting paid to use their cell phone data on you. But they will text you off the clock. They'll even invite you out to happy hour off the clock. So they will spend time with you off the clock. But they do not like you. They'll do the secret Santas in the break room for the holidays. They'll do the Thanksgiving potlucks where we all sit together and sing Kumbaya. But they don't like you. They will even all come together and spend their hard-earned money on you and give you a birthday gift. But they don't like you. They'll even invite you to their weddings and their baby showers. But those are not your friends. And best believe, when you and your work friend are both trying to get promoted for one position, everything that you told her in confidence is now in your manager's email. And you are now on the most hated list at work. I had made friends with a woman that was 31, I was 23, and she told me I was the little sister she never had. And I walked right into that trap. I know. I was miserable. And just so you know, I worked with all women, and I was the youngest one there. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands, of applications trying to get a new job, but nobody was calling me back. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands, and I couldn't even get an interview. So I'm broke. I have bad credit, and I hate my job. For the first time in my entire life, at 23 years old, I felt trapped. If you have never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, consider yourself blessed. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. But let me give you some context. See, trap feels like no matter what you do, your life's not gonna get no better. You can try to be positive and have an optimistic mindset, but it feels like nothing but negative ass shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. That's how trap feels. You could try to get a part-time job or work some overtime so you can catch up on some bills and finally be able to sleep at night, not stressing about money. But just when you start to have a little bit of a savings account, something always comes up. Now your car won't start and you gotta dish out money for that. It is always something. You could try to pray to God, but it feels like he's not listening. It feels like he's ignoring you because it feels like he's not fixing it because it feels like you're still miserable. And no matter what you do, it doesn't get better. Your life begins to feel like a nightmare you can't wake up from. And that's how I lived for 6 years. I used to pull up at that job and cry in my car before I even clocked in. I used to bring my job home with me. You know what that means? So you have clocked out. You are at home. You should be enjoying time with your spouse, but you can't because these people at work have consumed your mind. And now you are telling him all of the negative and toxic shit that they did all day at work. They have stolen your peace. You can't escape. I started to have anxiety. So butterflies in my stomach. I never had anxiety before that job. I couldn't sleep anymore because I was so stressed out about bills. And to cope with all of my anxiety and my depression, I started drinking. First, it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves so I could sleep at night. But it quickly spiraled out of control. And I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm even telling you this is because if my story resonates with you, you are already doing something hard. Going to a job that drains your spirit every day, that's hard. Crying every day because you're so miserable right now is hard. And see, the reason why I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. I didn't have any hobbies. I didn't have any interests. My life literally felt like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat. Week after week, month after month, and year after year. For the longest time, I thought there was something wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with me. That's depressing. Anybody would be depressed with that. There's nothing wrong with you. Anyone would be depressed with that. But now, I get to wake up every day doing what I love. I look forward to the next day. When my alarm goes off, I am up. I'm not dragging. I'm not sitting at the edge of my bed just staring at the wall, preparing to start the day. I am up. I am ready. I want that for you. And the beauty of having an online business is you can monetize anything. You see the darndest things on these internet streets every single day. How many times do you scroll your For You page and scratch your head confused as hell trying to figure out how the hell is this person getting paid to do this? It doesn't matter. They are. They are. Because they decided to try, and you decided to hold on to fear. And I want to say one more thing to you before we move forward, because I need to make sure you hear me loud and clear. I hope you realize that if you work 8 hours or more, you realize you spend more time at work with people that you don't even like than you do with your family, who loves you. See, I literally work 9 to 5. So what should have only been a 20-minute drive was an hour because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. So an hour to work, an hour back, 2 hours in the car, 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break, 11 hours out of my day gone. By the time I do get home, I am drained. I am exhausted. I'm defeated. You only have a few hours to spend with your spouse or your kids before you have to put everyone to bed. And just notice, they don't even get the best version of you. My husband didn't get the happy version. He got the depressed version. He got the miserable version, the frustrated version. That's what you give your family. They don't get the joyous version of you. You put everyone to bed just to repeat it again the next day. Just to look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what are you even looking forward to? Because Friday, you still worked. So they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day you get to do what you want, what you love. Sunday, not so much, no. Because you have to prepare for the work week, right? You got to cook. You got to clean. You got to go to the grocery store. You got to do laundry. You have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk for Monday. Ladies, that's not living. That's surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I do know this. The God who made me, He loves me. He really loves me. You can't convince me otherwise. And if He loves me so much, why would He put me on this earth hating the life that He blessed me with? Why would He put me on this earth crying and drinking and overeating to cope with my misery? He wouldn't want that for me. No. He made me for a very special reason. And then He allowed me to find it and monetize it. He made you for a very special reason too. There is something extremely special about you too. Your life is worth more than bills. Your life is worth more than slaving away at a job to make someone else rich while you're counting pennies trying to make ends meet at home. There is something very special about you. But the problem is, life has a tendency to life. And somewhere on our journey of life, we lose our light. It'll get dim, and sometimes it'll get dark. And it'll leave you sitting here today thinking that there is nothing special about you. Maybe it was toxic relationships, toxic friends, toxic family, toxic job. But I'm here to tell you, there is something very special about you. For the longest time, I thought God skipped me. He didn't skip me. And He didn't skip you either. But in order to live the life that you know you're meant for, you are going to have to let go of the fear, because it steals your dream life from you every single day. You can do this, ladies. Yes, you can. If you can do all of that, I know for a fact that you can do this. Okay? All right. I want to hear it. Fear don't live here no more. No, we're letting go of the fear. We can do this. Sales tip number 2, for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz, and we are building our online business from scratch. We are talking about how to sell our product. All right, sales tip number 2. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Write this down. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Yes, absolutely. Good morning, Tara. If they don't like you, not gonna buy it. If they don't know you, not gonna buy it. And if they don't trust you, not gonna buy it. So, how do we get people to like us? Okay. In your content, remember we said the content is just anything that we upload to social media. That's content. In the content, we need to be relatable and we need to be authentic. In other words, I need you to be yourself. See, a lot of you guys are doing yourself a disservice because you're trying to be perfect, but you're not perfect, so you're not being yourself. And then it's hard for people to connect with you because they're not perfect. I need you to focus on being yourself. Now, something that I struggled with, for the longest time, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know how to be relatable. I didn't know how to be authentic because for most of my life, I focused more on who I thought people wanted me to be than who I actually was. So if that is something that you are struggling with, I need you to start spending more time by yourself. You spend entirely too much time around other people. I need you to start figuring out what kind of things do you like? What is your personality like when you're not around your friends? Start taking yourself out. That's how you'll find yourself. Now, some of you guys are struggling to be relatable and authentic because you're camera shy. Well, I told you guys earlier, in order to fix that, we have to just be in front of the camera. So multiple times a day for 30 seconds, a minute, however much time you got, I want you to sit in front of the camera and talk to it. Not to post, not to upload, just to be in front of the camera, because the more you're in front of the camera, the more comfortable you'll get. And then it will be easy for you to post your content and be relatable and authentic because you're not being awkward because now you're comfortable in front of the camera. Okay? But we gotta be relatable and authentic. And don't you dare let fear take over and say, well, what if no one likes me? That's impossible. There are 8 billion people in this world. Somebody is bound to like you. Okay? And I used to be fearful of that too. All right? When you post your content, ladies, it goes everywhere. You are going to be able to help so many people around the world. You guys, I'm in the USA, okay? I have women inside of Glow Up Academy from all over the place. Germany, Australia, Jamaica, Canada, Paris. I am in none of them countries. All because I decided to post my content and I was able to help somebody. What if I let fear take over this morning and I didn't go live? Then those of you guys watching wouldn't have been able to hear this, and I wouldn't have been able to help you. But that's literally what you're doing to other people because you won't get out of your head. People need you, and you have the solution that they're looking for. So please, post the content. Stop overthinking, okay? We said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Cool. So how do we get people to know us? All right. I need you to go live. Going live is the best way to build your community. Now, is it the only way? No, but it's the best way. How? Because it allows people to get a sense of your energy and your vibes. It allows people to connect, engage, and interact, and it allows you to promote your products. Now, some of y'all hard-headed as hell, and you're gonna say, Jazz, that's great, but I don't wanna go live. And I'm gonna say, fine, don't. I told you, I'm not the coach that's gonna try to convince you of anything. If you don't wanna go live, don't. But let me remind you that you also said you didn't wanna go to work. You said you hated there. You see people, especially on TikTok, selling all day, all night. The internet doesn't sleep. I don't care what time of the day you go live. Just go live. And I promise you, you will make more on live than you ever made at that job. Now, some of y'all are like, well, Jazz, I would go live. I'm not against it. I'm just a little live shy. All right, cool. If you are live shy, I need you to listen to me. It's only because you don't have enough experience doing it, okay? It's not because you suck at life. It's not because this isn't meant for you. You just don't do it enough, all right? We've been on this live for 110 minutes, all right? If you're still here, that's because you trust what I'm saying to be true. Otherwise, you would have left, okay? So I need you to trust this. If you go live consistently, I promise you, you will get to a point where you are no longer live shy, okay? Listen, everything in your life that you do over and over and over again, you get better at. You've proven that to be true in your own life. You did not always know how to walk. Now you walk just fine. How? Because you had to do it consistently. You did not always know how to read and write. Now you do that fine. How? Because you did it consistently. You didn't always know how to drive, but now you drive just fine. How? Because you do it consistently. So just imagine what would happen if you went live consistently. Yes, Hisadiddy, absolutely. I can't make this up. We just got to do it. We said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Okay, cool. Well, how do we get people to trust us? We need to remember the risks we used to take before fear set in. Yes, but the only risk is not doing it at all. Because you're not even living the life you want to live. You know you want freedom. You know you want to be able to just get on a plane and go. You don't want to have to put in no 2-week approvals, waiting for the supervisor to email you. You know you don't want that. You know you don't want to have to calculate. So we just got to show up. We just got to keep going, okay? So how do we get people to trust us? Okay. There's a reason why I'm telling you to post consistently. And no, it's not for your health. The reason why I'm telling you to post consistently is because the more people see you, the more they begin to trust you. Consistency builds trust. I don't know if you know this or not, but people work hard for their money. Okay? Yes. You work hard, I work hard, we're all out here working hard. And if you want someone to trust you with their hard-earned money, well then, ladies, you are going to have to be trustworthy, which means you have to be consistent. You don't have a choice. Now, I want to do an exercise with you guys. For those of you guys who do not have a product yet, sit this out, take your notes. For those of you guys who do have a product, but you're struggling to make the sales that you want, this is for you, okay? First, what we're gonna do is we have to remove the ego and the pride, okay? Now, some of y'all can't do that because you think you know everything and there's nothing that anyone can teach you. Fine. I'm not gonna convince you otherwise. Keep thinking that. Now, for those of you guys who can remove the ego and the pride and you recognize that there's room for growth and improvement, I'm talking to you. We're gonna go to our profile and we're gonna ask ourselves some questions. We have to be honest. Write this down. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't you ever forget that. Now, ask yourself this. Is it clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people? I also need you to ask yourself this. Don't lie. Be honest. If you were not you, would you buy from you? If you were not you, would you buy from you? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then you should no longer be confused as to why people are not buying from you yet. There should be no more confusion. But the reason why I'm saying yet is because you have the power to fix it. Ladies, that's the beauty of life, okay? That's the beauty of business. That's the beauty of everything that we've talked about so far on this live. Anything, and I mean anything, that is not giving you the results that you want, you have the power to fix it. So if it's not clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people, then fix it and make it clear so that when people go to your profile, they know what they can expect from you. Some of you guys have been on my live already and you still haven't fixed it. What I need you guys to understand is this. Every day you make a choice. You can choose to keep doing what you've been doing, or you can choose to fix it. I recognize that I am not the coach or the mentor for everybody, because believe it or not, most people do not want the truth. Most people just want to complain and vent to anyone who's willing to listen. I'm not here for that. I'm going to tell you the truth. Because once you hear the truth, now you can fix it. I'm solution-based. If you are live shy or camera shy, fix it. I already told you how. Start going live consistently. Start being in front of the camera consistently, and it will get better. If you have already been on my live, you know that because you've already watched my live. But you still choose not to do it. That's a choice. If you are struggling with confidence, fix it. I already told you how. Start keeping the promises that you make to yourself. If you told yourself you were going to start a business, then start it already. If you told yourself you were going to post content, then post it already. If you told yourself you were going to lose weight, then lose it already. If you told yourself you were going to fix your credit, then fix it. Keep the promises that you make to yourself. But every day you choose not to, because some of you guys have already been on this live, you already know what you want to do, and you still haven't fixed it. These are choices that you make every day. You are going to have to fix it. You are going to have to change. That's the only way it can get fixed. See, a lot of us live in a trapped mindset. And you have been living in a trapped mindset for so long that you don't even realize that you're living in one. And you believe how things are today is how it always has to be, and there's absolutely nothing you can do to fix it. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. That's not true. Listen, I used to live in a trap mindset too. And I really believed that I was trapped at that job. I was never trapped at that job. But I convinced myself I was, failing to realize I just didn't want to leave my comfort zone. You notice a lot of times we get comfortable in our misery. And anything that requires us to step out of that comfort zone to become unmiserable, we still choose to stay in the misery and choose to stay in the comfort zone because that's what's familiar. See, I could have left that 9 to 5 and just moved back in with my mom. But then that would require me to move back in with my mom. Why would I want to get rid of my apartment? No, I need my own place. No. I could have just quit the job and got me a couple of part-time jobs. But then that would require me to be open to working nights, weekends. No. Holidays? No. I need my Columbus Day off. I could have just had the bank repossess my car and then fix my credit later because I couldn't afford it. No. Then I have to get rid of my Charger. No. I'd have to drive my mom's old car. No. I refused to get out of my comfort zone, even though the comfort zone was making me miserable. It was killing me, but it was familiar. So every day I made excuses, I complained, I threw pity parties for myself, I was venting, I was procrastinating and distracting and doing all of the things except the one thing that would have changed my entire life forever, which was leave. I was never trapped at that job. I chose to stay and I chose to be miserable because I refused to get out of my comfort zone, but I was never trapped. Some of y'all believe that you can't fix it because you just don't have enough information. So you have convinced yourself that if you just watch more TikTok lives and you watch more YouTube videos, and you'll have more information and then you'll be able to fix it later. You are not lacking information. No, you're not. You are on information overload. You have more information than you even know what to do with. Because you are on social media all day. All day. You have watched all the reels. You have watched all the YouTube video tutorials. You have archived all of the posts. You are not lacking information. You are lacking implementation, meaning you don't execute shit. Which is why I made the keyword of this live execution, because you're not doing that. You are the woman who consistently talks about what she's going to do, but you never do it. You are the woman who consistently makes excuses. You are the woman who throws pity parties for herself and wants to vent and complain. You are the woman who would rather watch Netflix and Hulu than work on her business. You never execute. You are going to have to fix that. You are going to have to change that, because if you do not execute, it will not get done. Just like you execute your job to get a paycheck, you are going to have to execute the goals that you have for yourself to get the results. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to execute. You are going to have to change, because there are things about you that do not align with who you want to become. You want to be that version of yourself that shows up consistently, who loves herself, building her business, and is confident and doesn't care what people think, who has standards and boundaries for her life and doesn't let people talk to her all types of crazy and use and abuse her. You want to be that version of you? Fine. You can. That version of you is already within you. However, it's buried under the excuses. It's buried under the procrastination. It's buried under the fear and the limiting beliefs that you refuse to let go of. And until you change, you will never become that version. You have a choice, and you are choosing to not change. We have become so entitled in society. A lot of times people think only children are entitled. No. Adults are very entitled too. And a lot of times, you don't even realize how entitled you really act. Because a lot of you guys have convinced yourself that you are entitled to time. And you strongly believe that you have all the time in the world to waste. But I want to ask you, how do you know you'll be here 6 months from now? Who told you that? How do you know you'll be here 5 years from now? Who told you that? Because last time I checked, tomorrow is not guaranteed. And you don't know how much time you have left. And instead of you spending every day that you do have, living your life to the fullest and being happy, you choose not to. You choose to waste your precious time. You waste it on movies. You waste it on social media. You waste it being around people who don't even value you. Time is the most valuable asset that we have. Some of y'all think it's money. Girl, it is not money. You can always make more money. But you will never get back your time. And all of the time that you have been wasting is gone. You will never get it back. All of the years that you have been wasting is gone. You are getting older, not younger. And you will never be this age that you are right now in this moment again. It's over. It's gone. You don't have as much time as you think. And you can see for yourself how quickly time is moving. I don't have to convince you of this. Let me ask you, how many times a day do you look at the clock and say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe it's 8:13 in the morning. Wow, I cannot believe it is already February 2026. Wow. I cannot believe I am already 35 years old. Insert your age there. If you're anything like me, you do that all day. And even though you see for yourself all day how fast time is moving, you still choose to waste your precious, valuable time. And my question for you is, how much longer do you want to do that? Because as you can see for yourself, it's not getting you anywhere. The business is not businessing. The content is not contenting. The sales are not salesing. The confidence is -50. The self-respect is out the door because you talk to yourself crazy and you let other people talk to you even crazier. You have no boundaries for yourself. You don't even put yourself first in your own life. How much longer? When is enough enough? You are going to have to change. You gotta fix it. One of the toughest reality pills I had to swallow. This is tough, so brace yourself. Your life and the direction it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices you make. For those of you guys struggling financially, your finances are a direct reflection of the choices you make. Now, some of y'all, your ego is going to try to protect you. And it's going to say, no, Jazz, it's not my fault because I genuinely don't make enough. How can I get ahead financially if grocery prices are as high as they are? That is not my fault. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. And I'm going to tell you why. See, times have been hard, ladies. This did not happen last night. Food prices, rent prices, gas prices, life has been on the rise for years. But every day, you choose to do nothing about it. See, you could have launched your ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. You could have started that YouTube channel 4 months ago. It could be monetized today. You could have started your TikTok last month. You would be building your community today. And what did we say? Our community are the people who will buy our products. But every day, you choose not to. You choose to complain. You choose to vent. You choose to throw pity parties for yourself. You choose to tell yourself what you can't do and what's not going to work and you haven't even tried. You choose to distract yourself. You choose to do all of the things except the one thing that will change your entire life, which is start. And my question for you is, how much longer are we going to keep doing that? Because it's not getting you anywhere. You are going to have to change. Gotta change. And look, I am not perfect at all. Not even close. But I am nothing like who I used to be. The version of me that you guys see today is a reflection of the changes that I had to make in my life. Complete 180. I lost 100 pounds. And I've kept it off for 3 years now. And I just did it the old-fashioned way. Eat less, move more. And for the longest time, even before I lost the weight, I had a whole bunch of excuses as to why I couldn't lose weight. I said the reason why I can't lose weight, the reason why I'm 340 pounds is because I have thyroid problems. And I do. That wasn't why I couldn't lose the weight. The reason why I couldn't lose the weight was because I wouldn't put the fork down. I had to change. I lost the weight. Thyroid problems and all. I used to be full of excuses. I was the queen of excuses. I used to procrastinate too. My motto was, why do today what I can put off till tomorrow? In other words, I'll just start later. Later never showed up. I used to be my biggest bully to myself. Things I used to say to myself was horrible. I know you can relate to this. I used to call myself stupid on an hourly basis. Let me ask you, how was I going to be able to be a successful entrepreneur when I keep calling myself stupid, telling myself I'm not good at this, or I should have did better? I couldn't. That had to change. Ladies, the way you talk to yourself determines how you show up for yourself. If you talk to yourself crazy, it's going to be nothing but chaos in your real life. Stop talking to yourself like you don't have no sense. The things that you say to yourself is absolutely unacceptable, and it has to stop today. Your internal world always reflects your external. I know for a fact, and I don't even have to know you. If you talk to yourself crazy, I know you got people in your life that disrespect the hell out you every single day. But that's how you do yourself. You disrespect yourself. If you got chaos going on in your head, I know for a fact your life is chaotic. Your internal world always reflects your external world. Fix it. Start talking to yourself like you got some sense. Tell yourself you're amazing. I used to distract too. One of my biggest distractions that I struggled with was alcohol abuse. And I told you I started that habit when I had that toxic ass job. And you would have thought that once I quit the job, all that would have went away. No. It got worse. Ladies, your problems do not fix themselves, okay? And if you don't fix them, they just get worse. See, I quit my job on a whim. I had been there for 6 years. I was fed up. I was turning 30 in a few months. I couldn't do it anymore. I just quit. I put in my 2-week notice and I was out the door. I didn't have any money saved up. I had just bought a house. Okay, I'd only been in that house for about 6 months before I quit. I was done, okay? And I also believe that God planted the seed and told me, Jazz, the time to quit is now, so I quit. I just quit. And my plan was I was gonna live off of my stimulus for a few months. Now, granted, I don't have any kids, so I didn't have much stimulus in the first place. I had about $2,000 to my name. That wasn't gonna get me far because my mortgage was $1,900, okay? But I just assumed that everything would just work itself out, my business will start making money, it'll be okay. So I quit. So now I am at home trying to build my online business, watching YouTube videos, looking at TikTok lives, the things that you do, trying to make it all make sense. Content creation, monetizations, digital products, algorithms. I told you the worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. See, I was lying to myself and convincing myself that I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do when in fact I'm not, because I'm always drunk. I'm not posting every day. I'm not going live. I'm not doing anything that I'm supposed to be doing. But I had ego back then, and it was never Jasmine's fault. It's always everybody else's. So it's not my fault that I'm not making sales. It's the algorithm's fault because they're not pushing my content, because YouTube doesn't like me, because Instagram doesn't like me. It's not me. No, it's not me. I'm not making sales. Nobody's buying my stuff, and I'm not getting views. And I'm getting pissed off and stressed because I'm running out of money. I already made a payment arrangement with my lights. There's no more arrangements. If I don't pay the bill on the day that we set, they're cutting the lights off. I already missed a mortgage payment. If I miss another, they're gonna start the process of foreclosure on a house I haven't even been in for a whole year. I'm stressed and I'm pissed. And then I'm getting pissed off at God because I'm like, God, you told me to quit. I quit and everything's going down into shits. I didn't want to admit to myself that I had a drinking problem. I didn't want to say that out loud. I was embarrassed. I felt shame and guilt. So I just continued to lie to myself some more. I convinced myself that as long as I don't drink before 11 a.m., I'm not an alcoholic. Because in my mind, alcoholics, they start their day with alcohol. So if I wait till around 11/noon, even though I drink all day, every day, it doesn't matter because I'm not starting my day with alcohol, so I don't have a problem and there's absolutely nothing to talk about. What? The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. But you get to a point where you can't keep running from yourself. Eventually, you're gonna hit a brick wall. And eventually, God is gonna make you listen. I believe God is within you. So I have God within me, you have God within you. And a lot of times, we don't really want to listen to God. See, God gives us our ideas. That's God. So those ideas you get, that's from God. He's planting seeds. That intuition that you feel, that gut that's inside of you, that's God trying to tell you something. But a lot of times, we don't want to hear God. We say we do. It sounds good in conversation. It sounds good on paper. But we don't really want to hear from him. And we will distract ourselves time and time again to avoid listening to God. Actions speak louder than words. If that's not true, if you do like listening to God, let me ask you, how many ideas did God give you last year that you didn't even try? If that's not true, let me ask you this. How many times did you go against your gut just to find out later you were right? We never want to listen to God. But eventually, he is going to make you listen. And I'll never forget, I was sitting on my bed just crying. I'm like, Lord, they're about to take my house. My house. What the heck? And God said, Jazz, what are you doing? You have been begging me for a business for years. Which is true. I had been. He said, the opportunity is literally right in front of you, and you're wasting it. So what are we going to do? Are we going to keep doing what you've been doing, which is a whole bunch of nothing, or are we going to fix it? Are we going to change? I decided to fix it. I decided to change. I decided to stop drinking. Haven't had a drink in almost 5 years. I will never touch alcohol again. And since I decided to change, my whole life began to change. I started posting consistently. My platform started growing. I started getting followers and subscribers. I started making sales, all because I decided to change. I started to really be productive because I was no longer drunk. I started to feel good about myself for the first time in my entire life. I started to say nice things to myself, like, I'm amazing, I can do this, I'm really smart. I never used to talk to myself like that. Now I'm talking to myself like that, all because I decided to change. For the first time in my life, I started to have confidence in myself, all because I decided to change. See, what I didn't realize back then, and what a lot of people don't realize, in order to get something, you are going to have to give up something. In order to get something, you have to give something up. Yeah, you can't have both. In order for me to get the business that I had been begging God to give me for years, I had to give up excuses. I had to give up procrastination. I had to give up fear. I had to give up limiting beliefs and negative self-talk. I had to give up distractions. I had to give up alcohol. But when I gave all of those things up, God opened the floodgates of heaven for me. He gave me everything I asked for and more. All because I decided to change. See, I had just asked God to help me make $60K a year to replace the job. And I even started negotiating that. I said, Lord, if you can help me make $45K, just help me. I'll cut the cable off. Just help me get out of this job, please. God gave me 6 figures. I asked God for 10K Instagram followers. I thought that'd be pretty cool. I don't even know 10 people. God gave me 100,000 Instagram followers. I asked God for 5K YouTube subs. I don't know. God gave me 30,000 YouTube subscribers. I asked God for a little bit of confidence so I could stop crying all the time and hating life. God gave me a lot of confidence. There's nothing I don't think I can't do. I can't even remember the last time I cried. All because I decided to change. See, the woman I was back then was not aligned with this version today. The version of me that shows up confidently, who loves herself, who respects herself, who puts herself first without feeling guilty about it, who lives in her purpose, follows through with the promises that she makes. This version of me, I was always inside, okay? But it was buried under the fear and the limiting beliefs and the people pleasing and lack of boundaries. And I was not going to become this version until I changed who I was. I had to change. I had to fix it. See, we delay our own blessings. God already has your blessings ready for you. He already knows what you want. And He's ready to give it to you. He designed you for them. But the problem is, He gives us free will. So you can do whatever you want to do. If you want to waste 5 years, He'll let you. If you want to waste 20 years, He will let you. Some people never get their blessings because they refuse to change. He will not give you the blessings that He has for you until you become obedient, until you listen, and until you change. But once you listen, once you change, He opens the floodgates of heaven for you and gives you way more than you ever could have even imagined. And maybe change is hard. Maybe it is. Maybe you're right. Okay, fine. Change is hard. But the life that you're currently living is hard. Crying every day because you're so stressed about life right now is hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. Knowing that you're meant for more, you feel it in your soul, but you're not living it, is hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. Going to a job that drains your spirit every day is hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. I've lived both hearts. and I will always choose this one. Because at least this hard comes with peace. This hard comes with freedom. This hard comes with purpose. This hard comes with happiness. This hard comes with income. Ladies, I've told you all morning, you can do anything you want to do. If the idea even crossed your mind, that's because you can. God wouldn't give you an idea that you couldn't do. But in order to do it, you are going to have to change. You gotta fix it. You gotta change. For those of you guys who want to change, I want to help you. But I can only help people who want it. So if you are 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going in, then fine. Just keep doing what you're doing, respectfully. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But if you are not 1000% happy and you want to change, then I want to help you change. See, inside Glow Up Academy, I'm going to teach you how to build your online business from scratch. Anything you want to do, it's in there and we'll build it together. Maybe you want to monetize your platform, so you want to get paid for views like how I do on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. All of my platforms are monetized. Fine, I'll teach you. It's all inside Glow Up Academy. Maybe you want to sell your ebook, or maybe you don't want to do an ebook. Maybe you want to do an e-course or a private community. Fine, I'll teach you. It's all inside Glow Up Academy. Maybe you want to sell on TikTok Live, how I do, how my students do, how thousands of other creators do. Fine, I'll teach you. It's all inside Glow Up Academy. Everything you need for your online business is inside of Glow Up Academy. But not only am I going to teach you how to build your online business inside Glow Up Academy, I'm also going to teach you how to build yourself. Together, you and I are going to build your confidence. Together, you and I are going to build your consistency. Together, you and I are going to build your discipline. Together, you and I are going to build your follow through. Because right now, you are getting in your own way. You are holding yourself back. Together, you and I are going to fix it. Together, you and I are going to change. So not only do you start, you finish. Glow Up Academy is the space where we build our online business, but we're gonna also build you so that you can finally live the dream life that you know you want to live. A couple of things before I let you join Glow Up Academy. Number one, I only let 10 people in at a time. Because believe it or not everybody has the same journey. Okay, some people have a product but no audience. Some people have an audience, no product. Some people have a million ideas, but we gotta lock in on one. Remember, ladies, I told y'all earlier, money flows where energy goes. Okay, so a lot of times you're spreading yourself too thin. You're trying to work on 50 ideas, but nothing's getting done. You and I are gonna pick your most favorite one and we're gonna build that. And then once that one is flourishing, we'll reach back into the pile and build another. Some of you guys have no clue what you wanna build. Fine, we'll figure it out together. And some of you guys don't necessarily wanna build a business yet. You have other goals that you wanna work on first, and that's fine, we'll reach them together. No matter where you're at on your journey, Glow Up Academy can help you, I can help you. I have just noticed for myself, having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me, okay? And I wanna make sure I'm able to pour into everyone the way that they deserve. So I cap it at 10, and then I take the link down, and I do not accept more members until I'm ready for more, okay? Number 2, I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes because like I said, I only wanna help people who want change. If you don't want change, then I'm not for you, okay? Women who know that they want to change, those are the women who move. You already know deep down inside I can help you. So don't overthink it, don't overanalyze, just move. Because once that 10-minute timer goes off, that's it, we're done, and the connection ends here. So do not overthink like you always do. Just move, okay? Glow Up Academy is lifetime access. So once you're inside forever. You and I are forever locked in. You can't escape me. You can't get rid of me, okay? Because Glow Up Academy is lifetime access, I charge $5.97. And you will forever get access to everything. All of our live coaching calls, our Sunday resets, everything. And women join at $5.97. It's worth every penny. But because you're live, you're here with me, you're present, you took notes, you asked questions, and most importantly, you promised me you were gonna execute. I'm gonna take the price down, okay? And it will stay down for 10 minutes. But once that timer goes off, I'm taking the price back up, okay? You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break the payment out and still get in while it's on sale. But once we're done, okay? So move, don't overthink. For the next 10 minutes, Glow Up Academy will be $249, okay? For lifetime access. I'm gonna show TikTok how to join first, and then I'll show YouTube. TikTok, y'all's instructions, or excuse me, YouTube, y'all's instructions are a little bit different, so just kind of bear with me for a second. Okay, TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice, you're gonna come to my profile. Now TikTok, this one right here, y'all are on my main account, this is my backup, so the profile does not look the same, however the link is the same, okay? You guys are gonna click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ in the bio, and then you're gonna click on this red button here that says open. Once you click on that, you'll click on this top button here that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access, and here we are. And it's already marked down. Become the woman who actually follows through, $249, okay? Lifetime access. Scroll down, feel free to read my reviews, I don't mind. Enter your name, quadruple check your email address. Ladies, what you put in is where it's going. I cannot stress this enough. Sometimes the autocorrect gets you, so please quadruple check that, okay? Enter your name, quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break the payment up, and then click on this blue button right here that says Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds, you should be receiving your first email from Stan. And then the second email will be coming from me, Jasmine Spencer, okay? Do not leave off of my live until you have confirmed to me that you got both emails, okay? Because if you did not get it, that's because there was a spelling mistake in the email. And we're gonna fix all of it right here on live. So that's why I wanna know you got it, okay? Because I don't know what your email's supposed to be. Yes, absolutely. Every single thing, Amy, absolutely. Amy said, do I teach everything? Absolutely, everything. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys again, then I'm gonna show YouTube. You're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top, come to my profile, click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ, click on this red button that says open, and then click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. YouTube, your instructions are a little bit different. Good morning. No, I did not stop uploading. There's a video uploading today, okay? You're gonna leave the live. You're gonna click on come to my YouTube channel, click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. All right, it's $249, it's marked down. You're gonna scroll down, feel free to read my reviews, I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address again. And then you can use Afterpay or Klarna and then click Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds, you should be receiving that first email, okay? Within 30 seconds. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and set the timer. Once you guys are inside, Listen, I want to know more about you. This is what it looks like in case you've never been on a Skool community before. There's an inbox icon right here. You will see a message from me. I need you to respond. Do not leave me on red because I want to know more about you. What are you struggling with? What have you tried? What have you not tried? What kind of business do you want? I can't help you if I don't know what needs helping, okay? So I need you to respond to my message. Now, some of you guys join and then you have to go to work, that's fine, but I need you to promise me before you go to sleep tonight, you are going to respond to my message because we're fixing it. We're not just gonna talk about it. No, we're fixing it. We're executing it. Okay, so I need you to promise me that before you go to bed, you respond to my message so that we can start executing, okay? You and I are locked in, so we gotta know. I gotta know. We're fixing. We're fixing, we're fixing, we're fixing. Solution, solution, solution. Let's go, okay? So please make sure you respond to my message. All right. I'm about to start sending them out now. So the second email that's coming from me, you guys, I'm Jasmine Spencer, that's what that will say. So Glow Up Academy is lifetime access. So I'm sending you a second email and you're gonna click on the invite link that's in that email. It's gonna take you inside of Glow Up Academy, lifetime, everything access, okay? So I need you to confirm that you received both. The email from Stan and then the one from Jasmine Spencer, okay? Abby, can you check your email for me, please? You should see the one from Stan and then I just sent you the one from me. Crystal. Oh, let me set the timer, sorry. Okay, timer is set. Crystal, can you check your email for me, please? Yeah, so the YouTube videos, I'm uploading those once a week now for now. So they're not daily uploads on YouTube right now. Okay, Shauna. Okay, I'm waiting on 3 ladies to confirm they received their emails. Please do not leave off of my live until you confirm that. All right, very good. Let's do some more affirmations. You guys have 10 minutes left. Also too, for my ladies on here who are on the fence, let me just say this. There's a reason why you're still here. And that's because I was able to connect with you, okay? There was something that I said that spoke to you, that you resonated with. And deep down inside, you know I can help you. Because if you didn't think that I could, you would have left. There's thousands of creators on live right now. You could be anywhere, but you're here. Don't overthink like you always do. You get in your own way every single day. And we have to fix it. Allow me the opportunity to help you change so that you can finally get the results that you know you want, that you know you deserve, okay? Because once I end this live, my voice slowly starts to fade. I can't hold you accountable. I can't check in. I can't give you my advice. I can't give you the structure and the clarity that you're seeking. So stop getting in your own way, stop overthinking, and just do what you already know you need to do, okay? Okay. 1 second. Amy, okay, thank you, Amy. Can you check your email for the second one from Jasmine Spencer? Ladies, I need you to confirm that you also received the one from Jasmine Spencer, and I want you to go ahead and enter. I want you to just go ahead and enter, okay? Please just go ahead and enter and confirm that you see everything and that you see your inbox icon, okay? All right, I want you to just go ahead and enter. Even if you can't do anything else because you might be on the road, whatever, just confirm that you entered so that I know you're where you're supposed to be. Because if you did not get any of the emails, that's because there was a spelling mistake. And sometimes the autocorrect, it just gets you, okay? But I don't know what your email is supposed to be. So that's why I need to confirm you got everything, all right? Because sometimes y'all be typing fast. Y'all be typing and texting and driving, okay? So please let me know you got that. My self-worth grows every time I show love to myself. My self-worth grows every time I show love to myself. Well, Jazz, how do I show love to myself? We're gonna start doing things that show that we love ourselves. Meaning, are you moving your body? Or are you sitting on the couch all day? Are you sitting in a chair all day? Can we eat some fruits and veggies today? Can we stop getting fried food every day? Can we drink some water today and let go of some of that soda? Can we plan out at least 15 minutes and do something for us? Can we plan out 30 minutes and work on our goal? Yes, to get into the school, absolutely. So the second email that says Jasmine Spencer, that gets you right into the school. Confirm that you were able to enter. Okay, perfect. Thank you, thank you. So you are in. I see 2 of you guys are able to access. I'm still waiting on 2 more people to access. Okay? Can we prioritize 8 hours of sleep? Can we go to bed on time tonight? So that means we're gonna put the phone down earlier. So we're not gonna lay in bed and scroll. We're gonna put the phone down. Okay? No worries, Amy. I got you. Let me see. Let me make sure you entered. Hold on. But the more we do things that show that we love ourselves, we act like we love ourselves, we start to believe it. Okay, perfect, Amy. You are inside. I see you. Okay. Chrissy, I see you inside now too. You're good. You are good. So this is how we show love to ourselves. The more things that we do that show that we love ourselves, we start to truly believe it, and then we really act like it. Now our self-worth grows. Okay? Ladies, when you truly feel worthy of happiness, when you truly feel worthy of success, when you truly feel worthy of wealth, your day-to-day starts to reflect that. You stop entertaining things that aren't getting you towards that. You start becoming more stingy with the precious time that you have, because you're like, well, why would I scroll on social media when I could be working on my YouTube channel? Why would I spend time with people who disrespect me when I respect myself and I can sit down and work on something for myself and for my family? Your whole thought process changes because you truly love yourself. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. So this is the things that I'm talking about. Yes, I'll show you. We have 5 minutes left. 1 second. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice. You can come to my profile. Don't forget TikTok #1. That's my main, this is my backup, okay? You're gonna click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And you click on this red button that says open. And then you're gonna click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access, okay? YouTube, your instructions are a little different. You're gonna leave the live and come to my channel, and then click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then I want you to click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through, okay? All right, very good. Now, once you guys are inside Glow Up Academy, as soon as I get off a live, I hop right inside and start speaking to you guys. But what I do want you guys to do, let me open it up for you. Okay, here we go. I want you guys to click on where it says Classroom. Okay, now, we're rewiring our mindset, okay? I'm a mindset coach. Yes, I'm a business coach as well, but I prioritize mindset, okay? Because I can give you all the strategies. I can give you all the templates. I can give you all the call to actions. I can give you all of it. But if you don't believe that you're worthy of it, you're not gonna do any of it, okay? So I am big on confidence, discipline, structure, and order. Okay? And we're rebuilding the way that we typically operate. We're creating new habits and new routines. That's the only way it's going to get done. All right? I want you guys to start here where it says welcome and orientation. Now, every day for 7 days, I have a short video and a small assignment for you guys to do. I want you guys to list out things that you want to work on for yourself. We have to have a clear path of what we're working towards. Okay, the reason why a lot of times we can't get to our goals is because we don't know which direction we're going in. You want to do this, you're all over the place. You're all over the place. So we're going to lock in on what you want to accomplish in the next 30 days. okay? And I want you to check in with me and tell me, make sure that you're doing it, and I want to see what you're coming up with, okay? Every single day you have something to do, okay? I want you to do it. Now, once you're done with your orientation, the beauty with Glow Up Academy is you choose your path. Not everybody's on the same path, okay? If you're ready to start working on your business, then I want you to go to the Business Building Vault. I walk you guys through how to use Canva, especially if you have no clue. I definitely want you to watch that because I'm sharing my screen and showing everything to you, okay? I'm also walking you guys through how to create your ebook, your digital product, how to price it and upload it. So this is a lot of tech stuff in this vault for those of you guys who are unfamiliar. Maybe you already have a product, but you're struggling with making sales. Then I want you to go to the Marketing Vault, because I walk you guys through how to create content to build your audience, how to get people to watch your video all the way through, things to make sure that you're saying to get people to even click on your link. Sometimes people are watching the videos, but they're not even clicking on the link. Well, if they don't click on the link, they can't buy, right? So we gotta fix all of that. We gotta deconstruct it all. Now, maybe you want to work on your mindset, right? You know you lack boundaries. You know you're a people pleaser. You know you have low confidence right now. And those are things you want to focus on. I want you to go to the Mindset Vault, okay? Now, maybe you want to grow your Instagram Vault. Maybe you want to grow your YouTube Vault. Maybe you want to grow your TikTok. You want to sell on TikTok and grow your TikTok. Go to the TikTok Vault. For my faceless creators, Faceless Vault. Maybe you want to focus on self-care this year. You never put yourself first, and that's something that you really want to start doing in 2026. Go to the Self-Care and Femininity Vault. So you choose your path, okay? You choose your path, but you will always have access to every single thing. We also do our coaching calls on Thursday. We also do our Sunday resets, okay? So we got a lot of stuff going on, and you always will forever have access, okay? Okay. So you choose your path, and if you're not sure what you think you should work on for first, well, that's what I'm here for, okay? All right, we'll do a few more affirmations, and then we're gonna head out. Okay, here we go. I have a positive impact on the world. I have a positive impact on the world. I told you guys, you would be surprised at how many people you are going to be able to help just because you decided to post your content. I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. But the problem is you're not helping people because you won't post it. Well, I don't have the right lighting or the right angles, or I don't know what to say. This is all confidence. That's what all this boils down to. That's what all of this boils down to, and how you see yourself. You don't see yourself as somebody who can help somebody, and that's the problem. That was our timer, and that's the problem. That right there is the problem. You can either fix it, or you can keep doing what you're doing, okay? That was our timer. I still see 3 people on my site. If you are about to make your purchase, tell me to wait. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and take the price back up. Let me check for you. Hold on, let me refresh my page. If you didn't get the email from Stan? I don't see you on my end. You guys, if you click on my website, but then you click off and then you come back, it's not gonna go through because they're trying to prevent frauds and scams. So if you did click on the website, you have to refresh the site and then put in your information, okay? If you had the site up, but then you left and came back, I need you to refresh it because I don't see that on my end. So that means it didn't go through. Okay, so I'll wait a few more minutes for you to do that. Yes, please make sure you refresh your screen. Please, please, please. Otherwise, it's not gonna go through. It'll look like it did, but it didn't. Okay? So please make sure you refresh your screen. I still see 3 people on my site. How long is it gonna go? Okay, perfect. It depends on how many people I have in there each time. I would say about 30 to 45 minutes-ish sometimes. I had 10 in there 2 weeks ago. That took about 45 minutes. So it just really depends on how many people are joining, okay? But at least 30 minutes, okay? Perfect. Yes, don't miss that. You guys, new member activations are on Tuesday. Okay, so we're gonna outline what your plans are. This is how we hold each other accountable, okay? I want to hear you say what you're working on. And now you're holding yourself accountable to that. That's why we do that. That's exactly why we do that. We're creating new habits and new routines, okay? We're transforming who we are so that we actually get the things done, okay? All right, perfect. Let me refresh my page. Okay, yep, I see you. Perfect. All right, check your email for me for Jasmine Spencer, and then make sure you enter. All right, so I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Make sure you're in. I know that I have the power to make my dreams come true. I know that I have the power to make my dreams come true. I know that I have the power to make my dreams come true. And if you don't know that, I need you to know that, okay? Perfect, thank you. Hold on, let me refresh just to make sure you're in there. Wait. I like to make sure everybody where it's supposed to be. All right, cool. Yes, I see you. You are good to go. All right, you guys, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me this morning. Make sure y'all follow me so you don't lose me. They do steal my videos and then they make fake accounts and they're gonna turn around and message you. So please do not get hoodwinked, finessed, and bamboozled. For those of you guys who joined Glow Up Academy, I'm hopping in now to start speaking with you. You'll get a message from me within like 5 to 10 minutes. For those of you guys who didn't, that's a choice that you made. You could have got the structure, the accountability, and someone to hold you accountable, but you chose not to. That's fine. I'll see you guys later. Thank y'all so much. Have an amazing Monday, okay? Bye, TikTok number 2. Bye, YouTube.